Hi guys, welcome back. It's been a while. My name is Khumbo and this is Road to Wealth. I'm here to help you find your path to financial literacy. You're probably watching this video because you've heard about the ESPP benefit or you've been offered one by your company and were wondering whether this is something that you want to opt into. Well, I'm here to demystify the ESPP to make sure that you have an informed decision and can decide whether this is a good option for your finances. Please remember this disclaimer. I do not provide financial advice and I am not a qualified licensed financial advisor. For your own financial decisions and your own circumstances, please do your own research or seek out a financial advisor who is licensed if necessary. So first we're going to look at what is an Employee Stock Purchase Plan or ESPP. An ESPP is a program in which employees can purchase company stock at a discounted price. These contributions are made through a series of payroll deductions. So your company takes off money from your paycheck every single month and puts it away in a pot for a period of about 12 to 24 months, building until the purchase date. The discount may be as much as 15% of the closing price of the shares, which means in some cases you're paying only 85% of the fair market value of the shares, while in other cases you might be paying even less than this. So let's begin with some quick definitions and important dates to remember. Your offering or enrollment date. So this is usually the deadline for opting into the program. This begins one offering period. Your exercise or purchase date. So this is the date that the company actually buys the shares on your behalf. This ends one period of employee contributions. Your offering period. This is a period usually of about 24 months. During this time, they take money from each paycheck and save it into a payment pot for you to actually purchase the shares. And this is the longest time that you may be fixed on a price before the price can be reset. And during this period, there may be multiple purchase periods or purchase dates. And finally, FMV or fair market value. You guys might be familiar with this term. The fair market value is the price of the stock on the open market. Let's take my imaginary friend Rudy for example. He works at Apple UK, making about £32,000 a year. And he has an optional ESPP contribution of 0 to 15%. In order to calculate his monthly contribution, he needs to take that 15% or 0.15 times his gross salary and divide that by 12 to get a £400 monthly contribution. Now let's take a look at Apple's share price between the offering date and the purchase date. On the offering date, the 1st of October 2019, the price of the share, or the fair market value, was $56.15. And on the purchase date, the 31st of March 2020, the share price was $63.57. So let's look at our contributions on a timeline. Our man Rudy puts about £400 into his ESPP contributions every single month from October until March. On his offering date, he has a $56 share price, and then on his purchase date, he has a $63 share price. This is a total contribution over the 6 months of about £2,400. The first step in calculating the price that he will actually purchase the shares at is to take the offering date price and the purchase date price and compare the two. Whichever one is lower, in our case, the offering date price is taken. This is called a look-back provision and may or may not be in your ESPP plan. So now that we know the purchase price, we can calculate how many shares Rudy will actually get on the purchase date. So on the purchase date, Rudy's company will convert all of the pounds that he's contributed to US dollars in order to purchase the shares. So his total contribution was £2,400, and they'll convert that to $3,200. And then they'll calculate the purchase price given a 15% discount, or whichever discount your company actually offers you. So in Rudy's case, that'll be 0.85 times the $56.15 per share, and that'll equal to $47.73 per share for his actual purchase price. And the number of shares Rudy will purchase will equal his total contribution divided by the price per share. So he would have purchased 67 shares. And the total value of his shares will be the 67 shares times by the fair market value on the purchase date, and that'll equal to $4,259 in total, which equals to £3,194, giving Rudy a total gain for his first period of £794, which is a pretty good haul for only 6 months. I've done the calculation again in US dollars and in pounds, so just pause right here if you're interested. So let's take a look over a longer term period. For instance, the next 6 months. So after our first 6 months, Rudy was able to purchase 67 shares using his contribution of £400 per month. He continues contributing 15% of his salary, that is another £400 per month, and at the end of this period he gets another 67 shares. But this time, due to the increase in Apple's share price, each of the shares are now worth $115.81. So he purchases them at the same price, but he now has shares that are worth more. So when can you reap the rewards? You can sell the shares immediately. Essentially, everything after the purchase date is subject to the same ups and downs of the regular market. So, of course, you can decide whether you want that allocation to that company or whether you want to take it out, but that's up to you. I use Wise, previously known as TransferWise, to transfer the money from my brokerage. It's pretty reliable and it's the cheapest way I've found to transfer US dollars to pounds. It also allows me to deposit the money directly into my bank account. Have a look in my description for a referral code that gives you a free international transfer of up to £500 if you transfer more than £200. And also let me know if you have anything better than TransferWise, because I'm always open to finding new ways of transferring. What are a few of the risks that I've considered before getting involved in an ESPP? The benefits of an ESPP must be pretty apparent from this video, at least I hope so. But let's discuss some of the risks of it. I can't cover all of the risks, but I don't think that there are many, and let me just discuss one or two of them. What if the stock price goes down? In order to see what happens when the share price actually goes down, we'll take a look at our imaginary company called Pear. Let's look over that first purchase period of the first 6 months. And we'll take the inverse of Apple share price. So on the 1st of October 2019, that share price is $63. And on the 31st of March, it's $56. So as you can see, our share price for Pear has gone down. So just like we did before, we compare our share price on the offering date and our share price on the purchase date. So in this case, our share price on the offering date was actually higher. So we'll take the lower of the two, which is our share price on the purchase date, $56. And that'll be our purchase price from which we'll calculate the discount. So just like before, our total contribution stays the same. Our purchase price with the lower value of those two stays the same. Our number of shares purchased stays the same, but what does change is the value of our shares when we purchase it. So the value of our shares that we end up with is those 67 shares, but now times the fair market value, which is the reduced $56.15. And that equals $3,762, which is £2,822. That makes a total gain of £422. When the share price went up, it was £794. Now we still have a gain, even though the share price went down. You have to remember this, you still have a gain. The second risk you might be considering is, what if I decide to pull out midway through an offering period? Well, most companies have a provision if you decide to pull out. You'll just be able to get the money that you've stocked up back, and you might be opted out of your ESPP, which means until the 24-month period is over and until a new offering period begins, you won't be able to opt back in. What is my approach to my company's ESPP? I've decided to maximize my ESPP because I figure it's a pretty good guaranteed return whether the stock price goes up or down. And I've been in it for just over a year, I think, since September 2019, and I've seen amazing returns. Even though my first purchase date was after the March crash in 2020, I still saw pretty good returns then. So I think I'll stay in it for a while. As to whether I keep the shares or not, this varies from time to time, but mostly I decide to sell soon after I receive the shares. And that's exactly how I like it. This has been such a great contribution to my finances, and I hope it'll be for you as well. Or if you decide against it again, that's completely fine. You'll have to make a decision for yourself. If you decide to opt in or out of your ESPP, or maybe search for a company that offers ESPPs, please let me know in the comments below. And please like and subscribe to this video. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I hope you learned a bit more about ESPPs today. Thank you.